Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Darian, how's it going today? Today it is Thursday. I had a bit of a lie-in today. I woke up, well, I was dreaming quite a lot last night, to be fair, but I woke up at about about 6:30 when Laura was getting up, and then I stayed in bed till about 7:30, like a slob. I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. This is the problem with hay fever. Hay fever sometimes masks colds, and you can't figure out which one it is that you've got, because I've got quite similar symptoms. So yesterday I thought I was having hay fever, and then I realised that it was like progressively getting more and more coldy, and I had to try and get over that. So I went to bed early to try and sleep it off, slept through the night, got up a couple of times because I was like a bit too warm and stuff. And weird dreams, but otherwise slept through. I'm feeling much better this morning. I lounged around a bit. I say this morning, it's not actually this morning, that's why, it's the afternoon. I lounged around in my pyjamas for a bit, watching a bit of TV, sorting stuff out, been playing with the Surface on the laptop and stuff, trying to figure out my website dilemmas, and then I've only recently just got dressed and had a shower and stuff, so that's all good there. Otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, what have I been fighting with? Let me tell you what I've been fighting with. It's been fun. It's not been fun. I hate it. I've always said that I kind of hate website design. I hate designing websites for one. I don't mind building them, but I hate CSS because it never does what it's supposed to do. It seems so hacky. There's no way of like stepping through and seeing what each thing does and all this kind of malarkey. And I'm having trouble so far with my website where the footer overlaps the content, and I'm trying to work out how and why, and it's doing my head in, and I'm now getting bored of trying to work it on the laptop, and I'm transferring it over to Atlas, and we're going to have a look at it on there. But it's doing my absolute head in. So, God damn it. All I want is the footer to stay like at the bottom of the page, and then like stay at the bottom of the page. If like the content's smaller than the page, and it stays at the bottom. Otherwise it like goes down, and then it will like, that's it, you know? That's it. That's all I want. So I need it to be a fixed distance away from there. It's quite a complex thing, I guess, is what I want. So I want the footer to be like on a normal page to be like here. So I want the footer to be there. And then if the content is bigger, then the footer gets pushed down, right? Based on the content, yeah? But if the window gets smaller, then this can keep going up until the point where the content stops being, like, until it starts to overlap the content, in which case it's not allowed to do that. That is quite difficult to do, so. Quite complex, like you can go down but you can't go up, and I'm trying to figure out how and why to do it, and I'm struggling big time. Otherwise as well, I haven't even had breakfast today. I've just realised that it's like 12:30 and I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm not even hungry either, but it means I haven't had my cup of tea. I haven't had my morning cup of tea or anything, so I'm thinking I might have lunch now. I'm just going to get onto this. Let's go and have lunch, come on. But yeah, so in short, I'm not really having all that much fun with this web stuff so far. It's like CSS is always something that it's always confused me. It's not programming in the sense where there is stuff to do and you can just get in focus, you son of a bitch. And it's not like I can step through all the different bits and see what each single different line is doing and then figure out why I'm having problems. It just seems to be broken for the sake of being broken. It just won't do what I want it to do, for fuck's sake. So, and I can't do like logical if statements and all that kind of stuff, which would help in this scenario. Anyway, let's have some food. So I now have this interesting, it works perfectly fine for this size and above. But when you go into this size, for no apparent reason, there is a huge margin on this, even though Chrome can't pick out why, for no reason, but there's a huge margin, and I can't bloody figure out why. See what I mean about CSS and HTML just kind of fucking doing whatever the hell it wants? This is what I hate about it. So bloody much. Right, I'm just going to start commenting things out and see what breaks and what when it fixes and all that kind of malarkey. Don't lie to me, that's how you do a comment. Wait, what? Turns out it was the overflow flag. I had overflow on auto, and if you had overflow X or overflow Y on auto, it would add a margin for the rest of the page for a reason. I don't bloody well know. God damn it. Anyway, almost there. We're almost at the end of the trail. Just got to do the mobile one and then we're happy, and then it would just be a case of going through and cleaning up the CSS and stuff. At the moment I have like 3 different CSS files, but in the majority of those files most of the stuff is the same. So I'm going to look into condensing it into one file because I'm a lunatic, basically. So, and that's basically just to simplify it all down so that it's not spread across multiple things and all that kind of good stuff. But saying that, if it works, it works. Just fucking leave it, you know. God damn. I spent like 3 days on this now. And I'm now currently deploying crumbs. The sun has come out. Anyway, it was supposed to be miserable today. It's quite nice. It is like 4:15. I've spent all day doing this. Wow, that's a lie. I didn't spend the morning doing this. But it's now deploying, so you guys can officially see it. There is a link in the description to my website. If you go to jamieped.co.uk, you will get there, but there is a chance you might get a warning that I haven't got SSL set up yet. If you use the link I've provided, or put HTTP in front of the search request, that warning won't come up. So, but otherwise it is there. And wait, oh, hold on. And this will be the first spin. So there we go, just deployed. This is me spinning up the server. The server is now spun up. Beautiful. So the plan of attack now. I do need to tidy up the CSS sheets. Try and condense them all down into one rather than into 3 different ones. Even though, like, there are only a set number of things that are responsive. So I want to keep those things in a separate area. It might get a little bit complicated doing it, but I think it might be better than having different sheets where I'd have to, say if I added something in, I'd have to add all of them into the same sheet. Or I guess I could just move, it's because main is in there, but then I could move content and core out into its own separate one. Maybe that's the better way, and I have 3 separate sheets for the things that move, but then 1 separate sheet, like a 4th sheet that has everything that's like static, that won't move, that like the content on the page, the parts that are inside the little cards. That might be the best way of doing it actually. I might do that, but otherwise I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm sick of this. It pissed me off yesterday. What should we do then? Should we do something a little bit more fun? This is 20 past thingy. We're gonna go, Laura's going out for a run this evening when she gets back home from work. So I might go out longboarding with her when she goes. But otherwise, what can I do until then? Laura's back. We are out on the longboard. Way. Let's just see how, is there a cyclist behind me? There is. God damn it. Wait. Oh, am I going to be able to do this now? I need to change out of manual mode into a different mode. Oh no, it's all kicking off. It's too bright in manual mode. Okay, right. Let's do this properly this time. Oh no, she's going to turn left at the steps, isn't she? She's just going to... sad times. I can't longboard past her if she's going up steps. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Go for the overtake. I'm just kind of here for, I was waiting for a beep again, for light entertainment, to be honest with you. Laura's running like a ring figure of 8 around this park, and there's only like a shape of 3 for longboarding, so I've got to like thingy. But this bit's the fun bit, we've got to go downhill again. Wait, is it me or is it making a noise though? There we I can see her just like running along on the bottom of the grass. And now I'm downhill, making the most of it, look. Also, I'm sorry about the wind noise with this camera. There is nothing I can do about it. Normally I can cover it up with my hand, but not this time, I'm afraid. Your microphone is too big. Starting to regret moving to such a nice, pretty green area. Fucking, I don't sell hay fever tablets strong enough to deal with this shit. And it's time for bed, ladies and gentlemen. Not much has been done since we got back from the old run and stuff. But I've just kind of been chilling, to be honest with you, just watching a bit of TV and all that kind of good stuff. Tomorrow is my last, which I didn't really consider, is my last weekday off before I have to book holidays for the rest of my weekdays. So how are we going to spend it? I don't know. At the moment I was just planning on doing more programming. But I might consider trying to plan something else in. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise as well, this is my last weekend of being a completely free, unemployed man. Obviously as of thinking we'll move into a full-time employment job and I won't have weekends anymore. I might not. Well, flexi time doesn't kick in for a while. So it's going to be a while till I can build up flexi days as well. Sad times, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad times indeed. We need to find something interesting to do tomorrow. Otherwise as well, I'm getting comments from people. I've just been like casually reading my comments from the video, yesterday's video where I talked about releasing Duraped.co.uk, which obviously I didn't finish most of it until today. So today's mostly the same. But a lot of people have been saying like, why don't you just use Bootstrap? Why don't you just use because Bootstrap's too easy. You don't need, people rely on things like Bootstrap to develop websites easily. And one, you don't need it. And two, you can tell. You can look at a website and go, that was made with Bootstrap. I don't think that's a good thing. And therefore I avoid it. In the same way you can look at websites and go, that was made with, well them popular ones, Squarespace, or that's made with like Blogger instead of WordPress and all that kind of stuff. You can just tell. I don't think that's a good thing in particular. So, therefore, I don't use it. So that's the reason I don't use Bootstrap, is because I don't like it, for one, and I don't like the aesthetic that it gives, and B, you don't need it, C, I prefer it when it's not used. So, I prefer the way it manages things. So, personal preference is the answer, but also because why use it? It's easier, but now it's easy for me. Now I have the same thing with my website without Bootstrap. So that's what I've gone for. And you look at my website and it doesn't look like it's got Bootstrap on, and that to me is valuable because I feel like Bootstrap just forces certain things on people and certain things on websites, and you just look at the website and it's like, it's so unimaginative, Bootstrap, unless you really push it, in which case if you're going to really push it, why use it? Anyway, I'm going to go. Catch you later.